we've developed one of the first fully mobile grass pellet mills in the world. By being completely mobile, we go directly to the farm, process on the farm, leave the pellets with the farmer, or help the farmer sell them locally.
That's when a light went on in my head that if I could heat my own home with grass that I grew on my own land, that was a very appealing idea to me.
So our thought process is to take the big hay bales, compress it 8 times to 1, and turn it into the smaller pellets right on the farm.
So basically, pelletization is a densification process, and we're taking hay in bales, we're chopping it up, we're grinding it finely, we're adding steam, and then we're pelletizing it through a pellet mill and then cooling it. It's just a densification process that just creates a higher quality, higher efficiency fuel. The great thing about grass is that they have natural lignins, which act as natural binders in the pelleting process. So we have no additives whatsoever. What you put in is what you get out. You put in a ton of grass, you get out a ton of pellets. So that's the idea behind it, is that the money put into this mill and the money put into making pellets is paid back and more in the fact that you have a higher quality fuel.
100 gallons of heating oil is equivalent to a ton of grass pellet, and we do think that economically it will get better and better as the price of oil goes up.
We started out with the concept of how we could get farmers involved in the renewable energy business, taking products that they could not use for anything else and turning it into a resource to use on the farm or for them to sell.
So this way it keeps the land a little more productive. You can take your leftover hay at the end of the year and convert it into high quality heating fuel and benefit from a high profit margin, or just burn it on your farm and become more energy independent.
This is not just a science experiment. This is something that is really going to holds the potential to make a lot of heating pellets and displace a lot of oil usage.
You're taking what would be a huge thousands of square foot central processing mill and putting it on a 25-foot trailer. It's very challenging.
At this point, we're at the point where we're actually making pellets on a pretty regular basis, which is nice after a couple of years of development.
So we really feel like we're at the point now where we are starting to actually optimize the system.
We've made a ton an hour with this on an ongoing basis. It's hopefully designed to do 2 tons an hour, so we're in the mode of trying to ramp it up and make some improvements as we're doing that. In 2-3 hours, we could produce enough pellets to heat a normal, modest home.
There's probably 20,000 acres of marginal hayland just in Orange County alone, and potentially you could heat 10,000 homes. We want to try to develop the idea of a local energy economy, and this kind of goes along with local food too, which is a big thing now. We're realizing that it's probably not sustainable to transport our food from California and Florida to New York, and just like our food, we would like to be able to raise our energy locally in a sustainable way and help farmers at the same time. We like the idea that a farmer might be able to develop a relationship with his neighbors where they would buy their heating pellets from their neighbor farmer instead of buying them from Lowe's or Home Depot. It's a way to get off the oil kick, to get off of fossil fuels, and to give them an option for some of the hay that they may not be able to sell for other purposes, that they could turn it into a value-added product.
That hay we just burned came from an old field that hadn't been mowed in a long time. So what we did is we mowed it and round baled it to get the material off the ground. Now we have no real use for it, so if we can burn it and save on our fuel oil, that would be terrific.
The benefit would be if they don't use them themselves, they'd have another entity to make money with. They could sell them or buy their own pellet stove and use it for their own heating. It's well affordable.
Yes, to be able to pellet this and use it in our own facility would be very wonderful. Plus, to have an opportunity to sell it, which would be even better.
I'm always looking for different ways to try to keep farms around here, because in the 30 years I've been working in Orange County, when I first started there was 250 dairy farms, and now there's less than 50.
You see a lot of farmland in the Hudson Valley is being turned into housing developments, and that's really sad because we're finding more and more that local food and local resources are really important.
And we had the pelletizer come out here and use some of our straw/grass hay that we pelletized, and they were saleable for me because I don't have anything that burns pellets, but I am looking into buying a pellet stove.
Differentiates biomass from the others is that you're able to burn a variety of different fuels.
As oil prices rise, I have no doubt that there will be a huge demand for things like grass energy and other farm-based energies.
It's also a tie-in to your local community of how can you have an impact on people who live around you, people who've been in the farming business for a long time and are looking for a way to stay profitable.
Anything that I think can help to keep farmers economically viable in the Hudson Valley is a project that has appeal for me. It's a homegrown solution, and it provides one small piece, and hopefully it'll motivate other people to develop other pieces of the puzzle, to where when they all start to fit together, lots of small pieces make a big dent in the big problem.
I hope that it becomes a Hudson Valley technology and creates more jobs and more opportunities here in New York State and in the Northeast.